Hi, my name is Ellie. I've always been known for my good looks. I am tall, red-haired, with long legs, and an athletic figure. At 29, I found myself without a husband or children. I decided to buy an apartment and live alone, and it wouldn't have been so bad if it weren't for my neighbor living on the other side of the wall. First of all, he is incredibly handsome and charming. It's just a shame he's married and has kids. My attention was immediately drawn to the motorcycle parked in his driveway. It's a cool, not overly sporty, but pretty big and shiny motorcycle. Looks like all the interesting men are already taken, I thought to myself. He looked so adorable when he came home and took off his helmet, just like in the movies. We often ran into each other in the yard, and although nothing ever happened between us, I couldn't help but eavesdrop on their lively conversation through the wall. He and his wife seemed to be sending the kids to their grandmother's and partying in bed all night. He was handsome and passionate, a real dream. I even found myself listening and envious. I caught myself daydreaming about having a man like him at my place. I didn't care if he was busy or free. It's easy to find a partner, but he was the one I needed. Especially since I wasn't even looking for a relationship. I just wanted intimacy, no relationship, and he's married, so there's almost no chance of meeting him. I started looking for opportunities to meet him. He regularly went out to smoke on the playground, and I thought I could smell him through the door. One day, I purposely went out for a smoke and waited for him. He wasn't expecting to see me and looked a little flustered. He was shirtless, wearing gym shorts, and just the thought of him drove me crazy. "I didn't know you smoked," he said, "and sometimes I really wanted to." I answered him with a smile. I was wearing a short silk robe, and it was quite definitely intentional. I wanted to show off my beautiful legs. And it was not in vain. His eyes wandered over me. It was a brief encounter, but when I got home, I realized that I had intrigued him. The goal of captivating this handsome man was firmly planted in my mind. A few days later, we exchanged phone numbers under the pretext of helping a lonely girl with her repairs. Now I was looking forward to the weekend. I paced around the apartment, anticipating his arrival for a smoke. And just as I had hoped, he came out. "Hi," he greeted, taking a cigarette from the pack. I was still wearing the same amazing robe. I could feel his gaze on my skin, even though he was trying to hide it. I felt a rush of embarrassment. We talked for a while, and it turned out that he had been drinking. To my surprise, his wife was out of town for a week. This news made me feel a little dizzy. I said goodbye to him and went back to my apartment, scolding myself for not being bold. He went home too, but a few minutes later there was a quiet knock on my door. I flinched in surprise. I quietly walked to the door, and there he stood. I froze, gathering my thoughts before opening the door. We stared into each other's eyes in silence for a few moments. Suddenly, he grabbed my head and kissed me passionately. At that moment, things started to unfold rapidly. It was the beginning of a great whirlwind of events. When he eventually left, I realized that he and I had a whole week of bedroom adventures ahead of us. I had been looking forward to this moment for so long. However, now I want more than just a week with him in bed. I want him to be mine forever. To accomplish this, I intend to use all my knowledge and efforts in this endeavor. Even the fact that he's married won't stop me. He'll be mine, even if I'm considered a bad person, but I can't be without him. I want to go away with him on his motorcycle somewhere where we won't be interfered with living together.